I mean, that's really clear. There's no people here. There's no music. There is no laughter, no smiles. And the life, for the most part, has been sucked out of this place. And that's where we are.
Chef and co-owner of the Canteen restaurant. He joins me now along with Nia Grace. She's the owner of Daryl's Corner Bar and Kitchen in the South End. Nia, good to see you.
One of only 8 Black-owned bars and restaurants in the entire city of Boston. And tonight there's a real fear the current economy could shrink that number even more.
COVID was the literal stop of our business. It was a matter of trying to figure out what our next steps were. The most immediate things that were affected, obviously, was our revenue. You know, I mean, we lost over 90% of our business. We had to cease all on-site operations. And then we had to really figure out what the next 2 to 3 months were gonna hold for us.
The latest on the coronavirus emergency. Overnight, the number of confirmed cases worldwide surpassed 19 million.
I'm sorry.
In the United States, there have been more than 4.8 million.
For us, COVID was a really dramatic pause.
American lives lost to the virus has now surpassed 160,000.
This bar is to be open every single day.
District 7, and they do little sets to keep the musicians' business together. Black owned, yes. Yeah, and it's always been.
Every black person right here goes here. Every black person in Roxbury, whether it be Mattapan, Dorchester, somebody gonna pull up.
We were absolutely afraid that, and we still are afraid, that our business wouldn't make it through this period, especially since the timeline keeps changing. There is no definitive end. There is no vaccine, there is no treatment. For us, this seems like the never-ending story, truth be told.
Our revenue was from the community coming in, ordering food, employees coming downstairs, everybody breaking bread. So the pandemic has hit us severely. My name is Cheryl Strader. I own Soleil Restaurant. We are located at 2306 Washington Street, right in the heart of Nubian Square. Right now, the administrators are not back in the building. So that lively line that used to be at our salad bar and at our steam table has diminished. Really, the building is like a ghost town. And it's been a difficult challenge for us to generate customers. How do we survive? It was just this morning that I was on a Zoom and a woman that I know in New York closed 2 of her restaurants. So it's difficult, it's a challenge, and not everybody's gonna survive the challenge.
In a restaurant, we essentially lost our family. We lost our friends. We lost everything that probably gives us the most joy every day. And it's more than food and drinks for us. And so COVID is not a pleasant word around these parts. It's not what we're doing here.
The Black Hospitality Coalition was created as an outpouring of Black restaurants that really needed to work together. We had similar problems. We were all looking for funding. You know, some of us applied for the PPP and received it, some did not. We all have liquor licenses of some sort, whether it's a full liquor license or beer and wine. We are advocating that hopefully there could be some relief in the cost of what we pay for the license.
It was something that happened to be birthed out of this situation, but absolutely necessary here in the city in order for us to have some collective works and progress in terms of footing in this field.
It was actually founded by the owner of Daryl's, which is Nia, and the owner of District 7, who is Royal. And along their journey 3 other Black businesses joined. And the 5 of us together, it's Wally's, Soleil, and Savor, we are all trying to advocate for what we need for survival.
I think it's important to have Black businesses, right? I think it's important to be a Black business owner and allow others to see you and be able to have something to emulate. And so for myself growing up, I didn't necessarily see a lot of Black women in lead positions. It kind of took us creating our own businesses to become CEOs. And that's Black men and women because we didn't have the opportunity to do that before. And so I think it's important that we have these kind of images of myself and all of the support team. And I think the team is also very important. When you are a Black business owner, your team should really reflect some of the values and the things that you feel or needed to see growing up. And hopefully you're kind of instilling the same thing in your staff to kind of have them rise up and be leaders as well.
So as a Black female-owned business, I feel empowered. I feel fortunate to be able to chase my dream and my passion. I have a few degrees, but the one that I really enjoy is cooking. Cooking is food for the soul. It nourishes people. So I love what I do.
We are going to make it through, and one of my mantras in the moment is literally with grit and grace. It's going to take a lot of work, a lot of hard work, and in the entire time we're just going to have to embrace each battle and hurdle with grace, and we'll get through it, and we'll do it well, and we'll be here next year to talk about it.